Okay, now I've kind of put this in a separate section because I just wanted it to be you to really have these ideas kind of split up so that they can mix in your brain, but I wanted to really separate them like here so you would know. So now like where are we going? What's happening? What's gonna be the future? What's gonna be the effect of all this stuff? And nobody really knows. There's no real one way that this can go, but there's one way that it can't go. And this is just my opinion, is that it won't go back to what it was, the normal, what we call it. To think that all of a sudden everyone's going to come out and everything's going to go back to normal, you're kind of fooling yourself, and you're playing a very playing a very dangerous game of roulette, so to speak. You're just putting up, I'm just going to do nothing and everything's going to be fine. And that's very dangerous because things are going to slowly start to come back, maybe to a way we thought we knew the world was, but it's going to be totally in a completely different form and way we do things. It's going to change the way we go about everything. So when you think about that, you realize like, wait a minute, there's very little that I can control right now. You realize that one thing we felt like we could control was the safe, the going to our jobs, and now we're realizing everything's been kind of shaken up. So we look at it, well, what can we control right now? We can't control the outcome. And the one thing we can control, and really the thing we've only been able to control this entire time that we've been alive, is ourselves and what we do and the skills that we have. So when it comes to what to invest in right now, because we have time, the best thing to invest in is yourself. It's always been that. So right now should be time of like deep investment. I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch Netflix. I mean, me, myself, I've been watching The Walking Dead to kind of give my brain a break. But at the same time, it's understanding that you really need to be investing in yourself right now, because it's really right now is the only thing that we can control. And the more you read the news, the more you do all this other kind of stuff, it's not really investing in yourself so much. It's kind of can actually feed the emotions that you already feel. So I think that right now is very important time to invest in yourself. So how invest in myself? How, Luke, what do I do? There's so many ways now. One of the ways that we're so lucky now that the people back in any of these other pandemics that have happened from 1918 to the swine flu to everything, we didn't have the information that we do now available to everyone. You had to go to a library to take out a book to learn about how to cook this certain food or how to play this instrument or learn this new language. Now we live in an age where the information is everywhere. Like it's literally everywhere. And so when it comes to investing in yourself, it's so much easier. Of course, it will cost you money, but the skills you need is something that is so important. Now, there's so many courses, there's mastermind, there's groups, there's videos, there's talks, there's online workshops, virtual conferences. There's so many things that are happening right now to learn how to invest in yourself. So if I had to recommend a few, I say look definitely into joining masterminds, and not literally just mine. There's so many that are out there right now. There's so many courses that you can get from all different people everywhere, like from any kind, from learning to play the ukulele to learning how to speak Mandarin. You can literally take something and come out of all this with a new skill because we have the time to actually work on that right now. And the next thing is books. Like the craziest thing is, and I've seen so many discounts right now as well, Amazon, Kindle books. Like I know, they're taking too long to ship. It's an ebook. If you don't have a Kindle, you can literally download an app and you can literally download books in a second. Someone's recommended a book from these courses that I'm taking. I'm able to download that book in a second, and boom, I've got it. And you can get knowledge like this. One thing that I'd really recommend is Blinkist as well. Now it is around $100 for the entire year membership or something like this. I can't remember, but they have book summaries, 15 minutes. You can summarize an entire book. And now you have the time to do it. Maybe before you didn't, but now there is time there to definitely invest in yourself. And then I'd say one of the last ways to invest in yourself is just by working on yourself with the information that you're learning. Now is the time that you definitely of all time should be working on that skill, but something that's related to where we're going, to where the world is going at this point in time as we're moving into this whole digital age, or we've been forced into this digital era. So learning a skill that you can develop online, whether that's getting your templates to teach English online, whatever that is, now's a good time to be investing in it, because what you guys have, especially who are watching this right now, is you actually know that, things might not be going back to how they were. But a lot of people are banking on that. So a lot of people aren't using this time to develop the skill. A lot of people aren't using this time to really work on those things that they've wanted to start that small business, to do all these things. People aren't working on that right now. People are so just waiting. They're sitting there waiting for help to come. They're waiting, and I totally understand it. There's nothing against it, but it's giving you the advantage. Basically, it's giving you the advantage right now to work on something, to start that little small business and not rely on, when I come out of here, I'm gonna get a job, get unemployment, all that kind of stuff, which is great. If that happens, great. But you can really start right now building something before everyone starts to realize that that's what's needed to do. So one of the best things I say right now is to invest in yourself. And in this next section that's coming up, you'll learn something that I think, if when it comes to investing in yourself and everything, one timeless piece of I don't want to ruin too much. You'll see in the next video.